Hello, hello, and happy Tuesday, y'all. Listen, it's another wonderful, amazing, bolder, better, wilder Tuesday. I have been so relaxed today, y'all. I've been chilling. When I say chilling, well, working, but chilling, okay? Trying to get prepared for tonight and get ready to just share with you guys what's been going on. I have been getting the Wilder, hey Britt, the Wilder Wellness programs up and going. I know if you received an email, if you received, if you've seen my post today, the Wilder Wellness programs are up and running and you can sign up and register, and you might want to get on it quickly, okay? Because there is limited space and we start on September 2nd. So we're going to jump right in, okay, to this book and get started, you guys. We are on chapter 8. Chapter 8. We stopped at 7 the week before last, and I had to, do my boot camp. Oop, my notifications. We're back. My bad. Notifications, you guys. It would have been crazy. So I'm going to go ahead and jump in. Chapter 8. If you have your book with you, go ahead and I feel like I'm telling you how to pull out the Bible. If you got your book with you, that's where I'm referencing from, y'all. And I'm just going to read just a little bit, okay? Just a little bit, just a little smidget so you guys can know the context of what I'm talking about. So chapter 8, the name of chapter 8 is called My Trust in God Was Sometimey and Inconsistent. Yeah, that's where we're going right now. My trust in God was sometimey and inconsistent, okay? Sometimey, inconsistent. So let me read to you a little excerpt. All right. So I've been challenged to discuss my trust in God and that relationship. So here we go. The first time I lost trust in God was when I was 16 years old and I was forced to complete my homework underneath a streetlight. We lived in my mother's 1984 blue Buick at the time. We didn't know what we would eat for dinner for days. I remember walking to the store around the corner and buying my siblings and me several Little Debbie 25-cent snacks. Y'all know 25-cent snacks? Them zebra cakes. Yeah, zebra cakes, honey buns. Y'all remember when they were 25 cents. Now they're like $1 or something. But yeah, that's what we had for dinner, you guys. We didn't have enough money to eat. But that was what we had, 25-cent snacks, right? That was dinner for the night. I couldn't understand why we were suffering. This wasn't the first, nor was it the last time we had been homeless. This season of homelessness had been off and on since I was 11. I lost trust in God right there at 16. I stopped praying because it was clear to me that God wasn't listening anyway. Just wanted to share that with you guys, okay? Listen, chapter 8 it's a rough one. It really goes down the list of childhood trauma, the list of things that happened to me even as an adult, and going through the process of trusting God and what that looks like, right? Because we go through different things, right? Life is going to continuously life no matter what, right? And so in my particular life, there's been a lot of extra challenges, tons of things that I've had to go through. And we don't always know why we're going through what we're going through, right? We're like, why do I have to go through this, and this? And for me, when it comes down to trauma, when it comes down to situations happening, bad situations, things like that happening, it's never just one thing for me. It's always, boom, that happened. Then you lost this. Then you lost that. Then that happened on top of that. Then this happened on top of that. And it's like, God, can I get a break? Please. Lord have mercy, right? It's like, almost like, when it rains, it pours, right? That has literally been how my life has been since the earliest I can remember, is that things have constantly happened. And when I was younger, it was things happening to my family, and we're homeless again. Oh man, we're getting evicted again. Oh man, what are we going to do? What's going to happen? Oh man, my mom lost a job again. Oh man, it was always something back to back to back. And then as I got older, I just thought it was, just a family thing. But when I got older, things started happening. Real things started happening to just me and only me. I ain't got no money for the rent. Oh man, they're about to repossess my car. Oh man, right? It was like one thing after the other. Oh man, I couldn't even pay to keep the lights on. Going to college, trying to make things work. I don't even have food to eat. Oh man, I'm about to go to my friend's house. It was like one thing after the other. And a lot of times we're like, why is this happening to me? Why is this happening to me? We're asking these questions. Why is this happening to me, God? What is going on? Why me? Why me? Why does it feel like I'm the only one being targeted? I know people are going through things in life, but it feels like my things are a little bit harder than others. It feels like I keep constantly going through things over and over and over again. Hi, Costa Linda. Sorry, JMatt 205. Hey, y'all. And ultimately, what it comes down to is that these things are happening for you. They are. But we don't see it like that, right? When our car breaks down or when our tire pops or when, things are happening. We don't see it like that. We're like, well, God, I got to make it to work to get the money for this. So like, this is just a issue in the midst of what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to do it the right way. I'm trying to make sure my kids are straight, make sure I got a roof over my head and I got clothes on my back and food in my stomach, right? Sorry, y'all, my air conditioning was supposed to be off, but I don't know why it's coming on. But we're not going to let that bother us. It's just a distraction of the enemy. But listen, you guys, these things are happening for us because when I think about all the different things that I went through from the beginning, when it comes down to homelessness, well, now that I'm in my space, I'm in my purpose, right? And it doesn't happen until we walk into our purpose. I'm going to be real honest with you guys. You don't see why God brought you through all these different things until you start walking in your purpose and you start doing the thing that he put you on this earth to do. We don't recognize why we went through what we went through until that happens, because as I'm a coach, as I'm a master coach, well, I have so many women that are attracted to my program who were homeless, right? They struggle with confidence and they struggle with thinking that they are deserving of having a beautiful body and having wellness and being able to live the life that they want to live, the dream life that they want to live, because of the simple fact that they were homeless at one point, right? It messes with your poverty mindset. It messes with how you feel about yourself, your confidence in yourself. And that could be the reason why we're hanging on to weight. That can be the reason why we haven't lost the weight that we want to lose. Because something happened in our childhood, something happened in our teenagers, something happened in our early 20s that made me feel like I'm not worthy. That made me feel like I'm not worth it. That made me feel like, why should I even try? Right? And so I didn't figure that out until I started walking into what God had for me, which is being a master coach. And I started attracting all these women that had been through homelessness. I started attracting these women who had, sexual abuse in their past, who had child molestation in their past, who had been date raped, women who had abortions, women who had dealt with verbal abuse, physical abuse, domestic violence in their relationships. It's like everything clicked once I started walking into my purpose. And I don't know who this is for, but it's for somebody who you're searching for what it is that you're to do here. You're not loving your job. You're not living your dream life. You're not feeling it anymore, right? You're not feeling it anymore. You don't want to be there anymore. And God is calling on you to find that purpose, right? And to search for what that is. And I want to tell you something that somebody told me about looking for your purpose. It is the thing that you do easily. It's the thing that you get up each and every day and you do easily, and it just happens, right? My friends, I'm always the one that my friends call for advice, whether it be relationship, life. I am the person that people have told their problems to over and over and over again all my life. And so it makes total sense that I'm a master coach. It makes total sense that I'm an NLP coach. It makes total sense that I listen to people and I help them with their life and how to get their dream life. It makes sense because I've been doing it all my life without knowing it. I just get paid for it now. But it's easy for me to listen to you, hear what's going on, and come up with a solution and help you come up with a solution and ask the right questions that's going to make you think differently so that you can come up with a solution. It's easy. It's second nature to me. It's my purpose. And so I know we're talking about trusting God and how we fall out of trusting God. In this particular chapter, I talk about how I could trust God when things were going right. Like, ooh, thank you, God. Yeah, I got right on time. I got that new job. I got the promotion. I got the husband. I got the baby. I got the relationship that I wanted, right? I got all these different things. When that's happening and everything's flowing well, I'm like, oh, I trust you, God. I trust you because you got my back. You my homeboy again. And then as soon as, boom, something happens, I'm like, what's up with this? Like, we were on a good roll. Things were happening. We had the job. We done lost the job. We done lost the car. We done lost the boyfriend that I really liked. God, I really liked him this time, right? It's like when things start happening, that's when I started falling out of trust with God. And it didn't make any sense. Hey, Antoine, But that's how I was operating. I was operating and I was utilizing God as if he was a earthly parent, right? I acted like he was just like my mother and my father who let me down at different times in life, because that's just what happens sometimes. And I was really treating him like he was just like Wanda, like he was Wanda, and he was letting me down. Every time something didn't work out the way that I wanted it to work out. Every time something didn't happen the way that I thought it should happen. But then when I look back over my life and I see the way that things worked out the way they did, they worked out even better. It worked out even better than what I thought. I was thinking too small, and God was putting me on a different pedestal. He was trying to make some real amazing things happen for me. And if I just went for the things that I wanted to happen the way that I wanted them to happen, well, it wouldn't have been enough. Sometimes, y'all, we want things to happen the way that we want them to happen. Exactly the way that we want them to happen. How we saw it in our minds, how it's supposed to work out, how, we're supposed to get married at 25 and stay married all the way until we was 75, 80, stuff like that, things that we envision with our lives. And when they don't work out like that, well, then we're pissed, we're mad, and we don't understand. But then there's this whole bigger side to it that's part of your purpose, right? I didn't know I was going to get divorced when I got married. Who goes into marriage thinking that they're going to get divorced? But I recognize why my divorce happened. Not only for me, but it also happened for my clients. I have several clients that come to me for wellness and weight loss, and for just coming into who they are and living their dream life. Hey, Stephanie. Oh, you made it on. Coming into their dream life. These are people who have been divorced. Women who have been divorced. Even a few men who have been divorced that I attract when it comes down to my clientele. And I did not know that, right? Of course, I didn't know it while I was going through the divorce. I'm just like, God, why me? Why I got to go through this? You see my record? You see what I done been through? Divorce, God? For real? I lost trust. I lost trust. Serious trust. Because I'm like, God, you let me get married, right? Right? Because that's how I talk to God. Me and him we're on that level where I can be like, come on, God, now why that? Why him? Why this? Right? I'm going to ask the questions. I'm going to talk, and it's very informal because he's my father, and I talk to him about everything. He knows when we're mad at him. Why am I going to try to hide it? What? God, I'm very disappointed. You hurt my feelings. You hurt my feelings because I thought that this was going to work out the way that I saw it in my mind, and I thought that it was going to work out the way that I thought it was going to work out, and it didn't work out the way that I thought it was going to work out. And I'm mad about it. So, and I may have a little attitude. But what's going to happen? I'm going to turn around, and I'm going to apologize, and I'm going to be like, it just hurt my feelings. That's it. And then what's going to happen? 3 months down the road, 6 months down the road, something happens. Something happens and opens up a brand new door. And I recognize why, the way I was thinking and what I thought was going to happen and what I wanted to happen so very bad, why it didn't happen, why it couldn't happen. Because 6 months down the road, I need to be ready for this open door. Forget that little open door that you was talking about, Brittany. That's nothing. That little open door over there was nothing, baby. I was trying to save you for this open door. This open door with all these wonderful blessings, with this brand new purpose, with this, name it. You name it. It's in that door. You name it. That's the door I'm walking you through. The opportunities, the speaking engagements, the book signings, all of those different things. It's like 6 months down the road. Now I get why this happened the way it did, God, but I wasn't trusting you back then. Right? And I've gotten to this place, you guys, where I've gone through this, man, God, you broke my heart. I don't trust you. You're making me mad. It's like I've gone back and forth to the point where I just surrendered and was like, whatever it is you want to do, God, whatever it is that you feel is the best for me, and whatever it is that is your will, because guess what? No matter what, your will's going to come through no matter what. Even if I try to make it Brittany's will. Amen? I know somebody's in here that done tried to make some things happen. Try to make some things happen that God's like, nope, I don't want that to happen. And you like, but God, I want it. But I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to force it to happen. Don't worry, I got this one. You can chill back for a little bit. And God's like, nah, I'm trying to tell you, I got something on the other side. If you could just wait and stop trying to rush it. If you could just stop and be patient and surrender it to me, I got you. But it's going to take a few months though. I got you, but it's going to take a few years though. But I got you. You can just wait. Whew. man, that has been the story of my life when it comes down to trusting God. And I know that that's why this chapter is so important in my book, you guys, chapter 8, because it's all about the trust. The wavering trust that I had was that back and forth, because as soon as something bad happens, I'm like, God, why? I don't understand. Why? But then there's this thing, right? When we talk about going over the humps, my brother, he loves to say this, right? Life wouldn't be amazing if we didn't go over the humps, right? We didn't have to go over the humps. If we didn't have to go over the tough times, the struggles, right? I think about my life right now, and I think about everything that I've been through. God has brought me through each and everything, right? God, and there are some things that I've been through, you guys, that I should not be walking. I should not be talking. I should not be in my right mind. Hallelujah. Thank you, God. I should not be able to function. Oh, thank you, glory. I should not be able to function, y'all. When I say I've been through some things that I should not be able to function, and I give God the glory because I am here. I am here, able to talk, able to share it, able to give the testimony after the test. When I think about all those different things, that's where my trust is. That's where my trust is. It's in seeing all the different things that God has purposely brought me through. That's when I find my trust. And I think that when I was growing up in church, y'all know I'm good for a boo-hoo cry. Hi, Cherry. Listen. When I was growing up in church, I didn't know how to explain that I wasn't trusting God, right? Because it's like you in church and you don't want nobody to judge you and you don't want nobody to think or look at you like you crazy, right? Because they gonna judge you, right? Church folk. That's what I call church folk. The people who are in church and love to throw a scripture at you but be judging you as soon as you walk in. Church folk, right? And so I think about those different things about being younger and having this internal fight with religion and what was going on the inside and going to church with my mom and my siblings and then leaving, and y'all, we living in a car. We are literally living in a car, but we over here faking the funk, acting like everything is okay because my mom is the minister of music. But we're living out of a car. And so it just didn't make sense. And I'm like, God, I pray all the time. I'm praying, can we get a house, God? Can we get an apartment? Can we get some? Can we get out of this car? Can we, for a little bit, can we get out of the hotels, right? Because when we weren't in the car, we were in the Motel 6s and, you know, the hotels, what have you, right? Can we get something stable? I'm over here praying. And then we get a place and then we lose it just like that, clockwork. And I'm like, God, so I stopped praying. Because I'm like, you obviously ain't hearing me, because I done prayed about this over and over and over again. And what keeps happening is these cycles of my mom dealing with her addiction and we losing our house. And now we're in the hotel again. And now we're in the car again. And then we get another apartment in a few months after that. And then we're in the hotel again. Then we're in the car again. Then we back at the hotel. Then we go back to the car. And it's like a never ending cycle over and over again. And I didn't recognize that was my mom's cycle from her addictions, right? But when you're a kid, you're just like, man, God don't care about me. God ain't hearing me. I can't trust him. He's not even making this happen, right? When you're a kid, that's what you think. You're like, I'm over here praying. They told me to pray. I'm doing all the things. Why is it not happening for me, God? I'm doing what is this? Right? And so that's when I started struggling with my trust. I got to put my book down, y'all. I'll be slapping things and hitting things. Y'all know me. But that's when my trust started wavering, and I didn't recognize that sometimes that's going to happen. Sometimes it's going to happen, right? I didn't recognize that was what was going on until I started in my faith, getting heavier into my faith and trusting God and listening more, right? Because when you're a kid and you're dealing with all these different things and you got what have you when you're a teenager, right? All kinds of different things, peer pressures and friends and men, because that was my thing, was, you know, that was my distraction, and I'm all involved in this, and it's like there's so much clutter going on that I wasn't able to hear God's voice. And if I was able to hear God's voice, maybe I would have been able to understand why I was going through what I was going through. So then I started getting older and I started really diving into relationship with God, not religion, relationship. I started diving into relationship with God. I started waking up in the morning and listening and meditating and praying and not just praying, right? Because a lot of times God be like, would you shut up? so you can hear what I'm trying to tell you. Could you be quiet? You're worried. You over here, God, and I just need you to, and God, I just need you to, I just want to just pray for my child. And God's like, listen, I got the answers for you. Chill, relax, meditate, listen to me. I got something to tell you too. Because when you're working on relationship, it's communication back and forth. It's not just a one-sided thing. It's not just us praying to him and then he just making things happen. It's us praying to him and us listening. But we don't do that all the time. We don't do that all the time. Somebody told me a long time ago that prayer is when you want to talk to God. Meditation is when he talks to you. So some of us, we've been taught to pray. That was the one thing that I was taught all the time in religion growing up. Mama, this is what's going on. Oh, just pray about it, baby. Okay, all right. Well, this is what's happening. Just pray about it, right? That's the answer. Pray. And of course, prayer. I'm not taking away from prayer. I'm a prayer warrior. I will pray down a house at any given moment, but I also recognize that there's times where we need to be quiet and listen so we can get the direction. Because a lot of times we're over here praying about something that God is like, if you would just be quiet, I can give you the next step so you don't got to worry about it. And you don't even got to talk to me about it because I got the next step for you. I'm trying to drop it in your spirit. I'm trying to put it in front of you. I'm trying to show you exactly what it is that you need to do to take step A to B. And you're not listening. You constantly worried and praying and worried and praying and worried. And if you're going to pray about it, don't worry about it. Right? Who's heard that one before? Heard that one a million times. But listen, that trust in God, I've gotten to this place from being in relationship with God where I trust each and everything. I don't understand it. I don't get it. But I know somewhere, somehow, it's directly connected to my purpose. And that was my saving grace for trust with God. Was that, God, I don't know why I'm going through a divorce right now. But I do know that because I'm going through it and because I am victorious at getting through tough trials and tribulations with you, God, I know that this is going to be directly connected to my purpose. I am going to help somebody who is going through divorce and is not doing well. People go through divorce and are in mental illness hospitals. People go through divorce and are soon addicted to all kinds of different things because they're going through a divorce and they can't handle the emotions, the high emotions, the pettiness, the craziness, all the above. Y'all, I know I'm going to write a book on divorce. I know it's going to happen. Not right now, but I know it's going to happen because the way that I handled my divorce with grace, and I mean with grace, I mean being in a space where somebody is purposely taunting and trying to traumatize you and me handling it with grace. I know that somebody needs to hear that. I know that I got a client out there that needs to know how to walk through that thing, who is traumatized, who is being verbally abused and all the above from their ex, when all they were trying to do was get to a place where they can have the life that they desire, get to a place where they can find some happiness again. And unfortunately, happiness wasn't connected to that ex-spouse, so they had to move forward, right? Crazy. But listen, trust, you guys, trust. I was able to develop trust in God and keep trusting God, right? At this age where I'm at, when things, listen, last week my car broke down 3-4 times. I was pissed. It messed up some things that I needed to have. I had to spend all this money on this car, all kinds of things happening. And what did I do? I said, okay, God, now, what's going on? Let's talk about this. Because somewhere in between here and there, this is connected to my purpose, right? Something in between here and there, some lesson I'm getting out of this, something in between here and there is connected to my purpose. And it was. God wanted me to sit my tail down. You're doing too much. Sometimes we're doing too much and God's like, sit down somewhere. Stop trying to be in that old programming. Hustle culture. It's funny, I got this shirt on today, you guys. I got the Stay Humble, Hustle Hard shirt on today. And I don't necessarily agree with that anymore. But that used to be hustle hard, hustle grind culture. Oh yeah, that was me all day. Doing 50-11 things, running here and there, running myself ragged. Just a mess. Don't got nothing left for nobody else. Energy gone, shot. Literally gone, shot. can't pay attention to nothing because I'm just going, thinking about what I got to do tomorrow, and it's today. And tomorrow's not promised, right? So it's like trusting God, you guys. Relationship and trusting God. That's all I want to share with you guys. Listen, if you have not already done so and you are in a space where you are ready to have wellness, I mean, all around wellness. We're talking about your spiritual wellness. We're talking about your mental and emotional wellness. And we're talking about your physical wellness. If you're in that space where you're ready to fuse those things together and work on all of them simultaneously so that you can lose all the weight, because a lot of that weight that you're hanging on to is not just the physical weight, it's the spiritual and it's the emotional and mental weight that you're hanging on to that's manifesting itself into its physical, right? Those pounds don't belong to the physical realm. They belong to the spiritual and emotional, okay? So when you're ready to do that, go ahead and book my link. Book my link. Let's go, okay? Listen, I was looking at one of my friends. She's a personal trainer. She was saying, you know, it's time to shred. It's shredding season. It's shredding season, y'all. Okay? But I need you to shred not only that physical, I need you to shred the emotional stuff, right? I need you to shred the abuse from the past. I need you to shred the terrible breakups and the divorces and the what have yous, right? Whatever pain you have that's going on right here inside of your heart and your soul, I need you to shred that too. It's not just getting in the gym and hitting it every day. No, I need you to shred what's going on in your mental, right? I need you to shred that too. If it's shredding season, we're going to shred all that. We got to get rid of all that weight so that you can maintain and stay sexy and stay fit and stay completely wholeness, wellness. That's what we're focused on, because that's when we're our best. And God wants us the best for us. He wants the best for us. And we're not our best when we only working on the physical, right? We are not, because we ain't working on this. We ain't working on this. It's a problem. It all works together. Okay? Book my link. Let's go. Listen, Wilder Wellness Programs just kicked off today, y'all. Go ahead and book my link for that too if you're ready. I have a one-on-one 8-week program where I will personally walk you through everything I did to lose 100 pounds in a year. Yes, a year. I will walk you personally through that. Do some weight loss hypnosis. Y'all, I talk about hypnotherapy. I am a master hypnotherapist. I don't share it a lot because, listen, a lot of my friends and family will be like, that is not of God. That is the devil, right? But listen, hypnosis has helped me a lot in my process of losing weight. A lot. When I say a lot, I mean a lot. It's helped me in my life. So I would never, ever say that it's not of God, because God is in the process of it. Because it's trance. It's meditation. Ultimately, that's what it is. And if you believe in meditation and you believe in connection with source, then it's all together. It's all combined. It's all the same stuff, you guys. Don't be afraid of hypnotherapy. It could be the thing that's stopping you from moving forward and moving into the next stage of your life when it comes down to your wellness, okay? And then also I have a membership, you guys, a Wilder Wellness membership, where you are able to be in our social group on Facebook, and we'll be doing bi-weekly events together. I have a few group events, exercise group events that will be happening on these wonderful Saturdays coming up. So there's a lot of stuff coming up, tons of stuff coming up. Pay attention if you are not already on my mailing list, so you can get the things first out the gate. Go ahead and sign up for that. It's all on my link in my bio. Y'all know how we do. I love you guys. And listen, trust, okay? Build that trust. If you're in a space where you're feeling raw and you're in a space where you're like, you know, right now, things are not happening the way that I want them to, and I really don't trust God right now, work on that relationship. Do some soul search and work on that relationship, because I promise you, whatever is happening right now is for you. It's not happening to you. It's happening for you, baby. Promise, okay? I love you guys. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.